So welcome back, guys, to another video, and today I thought I wanted to do a little discussion because last week Mighty Number 9 finally came out, and it had a lot of controversy last week, and it brought up a good point that I wanted to ask you guys. Has Mighty Number 9 changed your opinions on Kickstarters and other crowdfunding mediums? The reason why I asked this is because I have to say, being a backer of Mighty Number 9, I remember back in like 2013, the hype that this game had and the promises this game had. This game was, feeding a fan base that has been wanting a Mega Man game for so long. And here we are, we were finally getting it, and we were the ones that were putting it out. And by the time the game came out, we had so many delays, we had so many lies from concept, and so many misconceptions from Keiji Mifune that honestly, when the game came out, when I finally was able to play it, it was kind of tainted. I will say Mighty Number 9 is not a bad game, but it's also not a good game either. There's a lot of things that are wrong about this game as well as good. The price, $30 or $20 digital, is definitely justifiable. I cannot see this game being a $60 retail price game. And I got the Wii U version when I backed it. It had a lot of frame rate issues, so I ended up actually getting the PS4 version later on, kind of double dipping. And just so I could actually enjoy the game. And plus, the Wii U version had the whole rumors about breaking your console. People were getting the codes and they weren't working. The 360 and the DS version was delayed. I mean, it was just a mess. And Mighty Number 9 was kind of important when it came to Kickstarter, because before Bloodstained Ritual of the Night and Shenmue 3, Mighty Number 9 was one of the most successful video game Kickstarters ever. I mean, it broke a lot of records, and rightfully so. They were asking for $900,000. They ended up getting almost $4 million in their budget. And this is where I want to ask you guys, because I saw when Mighty Number 9 finally came out, and some people played it, and they didn't feel like this game was a game they backed. They felt like the money they put into this game was not what they were expecting. I have to ask you guys, what were some of your thoughts about it? Because it's kind of scary, because when Mighty Number 9 finally came out and we started getting this big snowball effect of negativity, some people were saying, I hope Bloodstained isn't like this. I hope Shenmue 3 isn't like this. I hope Yuka and Laylee's not like this. And that part kind of bothered me a little bit, because those companies and those games have nothing to do with one another. The only thing they all have in common is the fact that it's a Kickstarter. So sadly, this was some of people's first and maybe only Kickstarter. I remember I actually backed Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, as a huge Castlevania fan that I am, but after seeing some of the hoo-ha of Mighty Number 9 and seeing that, Bloodstained already had a publisher before the Kickstarter was over, with Deep Silver, the same publishers as Mighty Number 9, I backed out of funding it. I was like, I'll just get it day one. They have a publisher. There's no reason for me to put my money down at this point. And it was already funded too. I think that game got funded in like almost 24 hours. It was insane. But yeah, I think this would be a great example for people who want to do Kickstarters and people who want to do Indiegogos and Patreons and all these crowdfunds. This should be a great example of what not to do, and that is transparency. I think if Mighty Number 9 had more transparency in the project, I think a lot more people would have been a lot more. I guess I could say they'd be just a lot more open to it. Because you had Mighty Number 9, then you had Red Ash, and you had the TV shows and stuff like that. It was just like, I think Keiji Mifune had this huge dream, and he just stretched himself thin. And plus, releasing all the games on, 7th and 8th gen, it was almost unrealistic. So I can see where Mighty Number 9 failed. I'm glad it's over. I'm glad I finally get to play it, and I'm glad I finally have it in my collection. And it's something I can look at now as the past 4 years later. And a Kickstarter should never be like that. You should, anticipate the release. I explained to a lot of people when Mighty Number 9 finally came out, it was like when you're in a restaurant and you order food and they kept getting your order wrong, but by the time you get it, it's cold, you're not really hungry, but you eat it anyway because you paid for it. That's kind of how I was when Mighty Number 9 finally was in my hands. So yeah, and I mean, I've seen a lot of people white knight it. I think a lot of people have, buyer's remorse. They kind of feel bad about it. I mean, I've had so many people say, oh, well, you kickstarted it, that's a gamble. I don't believe Kickstarter is a gamble. I think it's a gamble when you first put the money down, but when it gets funded and the campaign is successful, at that point you're an investor. And you're not just paying for the rewards, you're not just paying for the lucky charms and stuff like that. You're paying to have this dream come to life. They asked you, hey, would you like to donate towards this project? You do so, you're investing in what's coming out. And unfortunately, I feel like a lot of these backers didn't get exactly what they were looking for. I hope, if there's a Mighty Number 9 sequel, I hope that Keiji Mifune does, a lot of thinking about this. He's already doing a lot of damage control, and I'm hoping that, in the future, he takes the wrong things and makes them right. But what are your thoughts about this, guys? What has this done to your thoughts on Kickstarter? I mean, are you still, wanting to back projects? I mean, there's plenty of games out there, plenty of actual indie developers that are putting out games that really could use our help, and just that little bit of push to do like the Steam Greenlight. A great example would be my friend Dave Vogt, who did The Bounty. It's been very successful, and he wouldn't have been able to do that if it wasn't for, Indiegogo's and Kickstarters and that crowdfunding medium. And now his game's got the Steam Greenlight. It's going to be coming out on Wii U. I'm very, very happy about that. I'm very happy. So, what are your thoughts about this, guys? Yay or nay on Kickstarters after this Mighty Number 9 fiasco? Be sure to leave a comment below. As always, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and as always, happy gaming.
Can't get enough of Excess Gaming Podcast? Be sure to check out our audio podcast on Podomatic.com. You can also subscribe to us on iTunes. And if you have a YouTube channel or podcast you'd like to share, be sure to check us out on Facebook on our group page and join the community. As always, guys, thank you so much for all the support, and happy gaming.